There is a rare kind of woman you meet only a few times in your life. She is not loud, not desperate for attention, and not trying to prove anything to anyone. Yet she commands presence the moment she enters a room. People feel her before they fully understand her. She carries something invisible, something that cannot be bought, copied, or imitated. This is what many call a chosen woman. Her attractiveness is not rooted in makeup, fashion, or trends. It is rooted in depth, mystery, self-awareness, and spiritual strength. She does not compete with other women because she operates on a different level entirely. While others chase validation, she radiates quiet confidence. While others seek attention, she naturally attracts it. Her energy speaks before she does. A chosen woman is attractive not because she tries to be, but because of who she has become through pain, growth, wisdom, and self-discovery. Her past has refined her. Her struggles have sharpened her intuition. Her solitude has made her emotionally intelligent. She has walked through seasons that broke ordinary people, yet she emerged softer, wiser, and stronger. This combination creates a presence that is deeply magnetic. People don't just notice her, they remember her. And it is not by accident. There are specific qualities that set her apart from the crowd. Here are 8 powerful things that make a chosen woman more attractive than ordinary women. 1. She is deeply self-aware. A chosen woman understands herself on a level most people never reach. She knows her strengths, her flaws, her triggers, and her boundaries. This self-awareness makes her emotionally mature and incredibly grounded. She does not react impulsively. She responds thoughtfully. She has done the inner work, faced her shadows, and healed parts of herself that many ignore. This inner clarity gives her a calm confidence that feels rare and reassuring. People are drawn to her because she knows exactly who she is. But this self-awareness did not arrive by accident or comfort. It was forged through seasons of reflection, uncomfortable honesty, and courageous self-examination. She has spent time asking herself difficult questions that most people avoid. Why do I feel this way? What patterns do I repeat? What wounds still influence my choices? Instead of running from these questions, she leaned into them. She has sat with her own thoughts in silence, journaling through confusion, confronting painful memories, and untangling emotional knots that once controlled her reactions. Over time, she learned to separate her true self from the expectations others placed upon her. She learned to distinguish between who she really is and who she was conditioned to be. Because of this, she does not live on autopilot. She notices when she feels triggered and pauses to understand why before responding. She recognizes her emotional patterns and consciously chooses healthier responses. She understands that growth is a lifelong journey, not a destination, and she continuously refines herself with patience and compassion. This level of awareness allows her to communicate clearly, set realistic expectations, and maintain emotional stability even in difficult situations. She does not blame others for her emotions. She takes responsibility for them. Her self-awareness also makes her deeply authentic. She does not pretend to be perfect, nor does she hide her imperfections. She accepts them, learns from them, and grows beyond them. This authenticity is refreshing in a world where many people wear masks to fit in. Around her, people feel safe to be themselves because she is unapologetically herself. She knows what she stands for, what she will tolerate, and what she will never accept. This certainty removes confusion from her life and from her relationships. This clarity also gives her discernment. She can sense when something feels off because she is deeply connected to her intuition. She trusts herself. She does not need constant validation from others because she has already validated herself through deep inner work. She knows her value without needing applause, and this quiet, unshakable understanding of herself becomes one of her most attractive qualities. People are drawn to her not because she tries to impress them, but because she is fully aligned within herself. Her presence feels stable, calm, and reassuring because she is not lost. She is deeply, unmistakably aware of who she is. 2. She values solitude. Unlike ordinary women who fear being alone, a chosen woman finds power in solitude. She uses her alone time to grow, reflect, and recharge. She does not depend on constant company to feel worthy. This independence makes her mysterious and intriguing. She is comfortable in her own presence, and that comfort translates into an attractive aura of peace and self-sufficiency. To her, solitude is not loneliness, it is nourishment. It is the sacred space where she reconnects with herself without noise, distraction, or external influence. In these quiet moments, she listens to her thoughts, processes her emotions, and realigns her spirit. She reads, prays, meditates, plans, dreams, and reflects. She understands that growth requires silence, and that clarity often comes when the world is quiet. Rather than fearing silence, she welcomes it as a teacher. Because she values solitude, she does not rush into relationships or friendships simply to fill empty space. She is selective about who she allows into her life, because she knows the value of her peace. She would rather be alone than surrounded by people who drain her energy or disturb her inner balance. This makes her presence rare and meaningful. When she chooses to spend time with someone, it is intentional, not out of boredom or insecurity. Her comfort with being alone also means she does not cling to others. She does not panic when messages are not returned immediately or when plans change. She is secure enough within herself to enjoy her own company without feeling abandoned. This emotional independence makes her incredibly attractive because it removes pressure from her relationships. She is with people because she wants to be, not because she needs to be. In solitude, she also discovers her creativity and inner wisdom. Many of her best ideas, deepest insights, and most powerful realizations are born in quiet moments. She understands that constant noise can drown out the voice within. By protecting her alone time, she protects her clarity, her emotional health, and her spiritual connection. This relationship with solitude gives her a calm, peaceful energy that others can feel immediately. She is not restless, needy, or chaotic. She carries a stillness within her that feels comforting to those around her. People are intrigued by her because she does not constantly seek attention. She is not trying to be seen, she is simply at peace being herself. And in a world where many people are afraid to be alone, her ability to find strength and joy in solitude makes her truly stand out. 3. She has strong boundaries. A chosen woman does not tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or emotional games. She knows her worth and protects her energy fiercely. She can say no without guilt and walk away without drama. This ability to set boundaries makes her highly respected and admired. People sense that access to her life is a privilege, not a right. These boundaries were not created overnight. They were learned through experience, often through moments where she gave too much, trusted too easily, or allowed behavior that slowly drained her spirit. She has felt what it is like to be emotionally exhausted from overextending herself, and she made a decision that she would never again abandon herself to keep others comfortable. From that point on, she began building invisible lines around her time, her emotions, her body, and her peace. These lines are not walls meant to isolate her. They are filters meant to protect what is sacred within her. Because of this, she does not entertain conversations that disrespect her, nor does she engage in arguments meant to provoke her. She knows when to disengage, when to walk away, and when silence is more powerful than explanation. She understands that not every situation deserves her energy. This discernment allows her to conserve her emotional strength for what truly matters. She does not feel obligated to justify her boundaries to those who do not respect them. Her no is complete on its own, Her boundaries also create clarity in her relationships. People always know where they stand with her because she communicates her limits with calm confidence. She does not use guilt, manipulation, or passive aggression to get her point across. She is direct, respectful, and firm. This honesty makes her relationships healthier because they are built on mutual respect rather than emotional confusion. Interestingly, her boundaries do not push people away. They attract the right people closer. Those who value respect, honesty, and emotional maturity feel safe around her because they know she will not tolerate toxicity. At the same time, those who seek to manipulate or control quickly realize she is not an easy target. Her energy signals strength, and people respond accordingly. This ability to protect her peace without hostility is one of her most admirable qualities. She does not need to raise her voice or create drama to enforce her limits. Her calm firmness is enough. She knows that access to her time, attention, and heart is something to be earned, not assumed. And because she treats herself with such high regard, others naturally learn to do the same. 4. She is emotionally intelligent. She understands emotions, both hers and others. She can read people without them saying a word. This makes her compassionate but not naive. She knows when someone is genuine and when they are pretending. This emotional wisdom allows her to build meaningful connections while avoiding toxic ones. Her emotional intelligence comes from years of observing, listening, and learning from human behavior. She pays attention to tone, body language, subtle changes in energy, and the things people do not say. She understands that emotions are often hidden beneath words, and she has trained herself to notice these deeper signals. This makes her incredibly perceptive in social situations. She can sense discomfort, dishonesty, sadness, or joy, even when someone tries to hide it. At the same time, she is deeply aware of her own emotional landscape. She can identify what she is feeling and why she is feeling it. Instead of being overwhelmed by emotions, she processes them with patience and clarity. She does not suppress her feelings, nor does she let them control her behavior. She allows herself to feel fully while choosing to respond wisely. This balance makes her compassionate without being easily manipulated. She can empathize with others' pain without absorbing it as her own. She knows how to support people without sacrificing her emotional stability. Because of this, many people feel understood and comforted in her presence. They feel safe opening up to her because she listens without judgment. Her emotional intelligence also protects her from toxic relationships. She recognizes red flags early and trusts her intuition when something feels wrong. She does not ignore warning signs in the name of hope or fantasy. She sees people clearly for who they are, not who she wishes them to be. This clarity saves her from unnecessary heartbreak and emotional turmoil. In conversations, she communicates with empathy and respect. She knows how to express her thoughts without hurting others and how to address conflict without escalating it. Her words are thoughtful because she understands the impact they can have. This emotional awareness makes her a powerful communicator and a calming presence in any environment. 5. She carries a quiet confidence. A chosen woman does not need to announce her value. It shows in the way she walks, speaks, and carries herself. She does not brag. She does not compete. She simply is. This quiet confidence is far more attractive than loud, attention-seeking behavior. Her presence speaks for her. This confidence is not built on external validation, achievements, or praise from others. It is rooted in her deep understanding of herself and her acceptance of who she is. She knows her strengths and embraces them without arrogance. She knows her flaws and accepts them without shame. This balance creates a steady, calm confidence that does not fluctuate based on other people's opinions. When she enters a room, she does not demand attention, yet people naturally notice her. There is a calmness in her movements, a steadiness in her gaze, and a thoughtfulness in her speech that draws others in. She listens more than she speaks, and when she does speak, her words carry weight because they are intentional and measured. She does not feel the need to compete with other women because she understands that her value is unique. She celebrates others without feeling threatened. She knows that comparison is a thief of peace, and she refuses to engage in it. This makes her energy refreshing and non-threatening, which people find incredibly attractive. Her quiet confidence also allows her to remain calm in situations that would make others anxious. She does not panic under pressure or seek reassurance from everyone around her. She trusts herself to handle challenges with grace. This self-trust radiates outward, making others feel secure in her presence. Because she does not seek attention, the attention she receives is genuine. People are drawn to her authenticity, her calm demeanor, and the subtle strength she carries. She does not need to prove herself because she already knows who she is, and that silent, steady confidence becomes one of her most captivating qualities. 6. She is spiritually grounded. Whether through faith, meditation, or deep reflection, a chosen woman is spiritually connected. She understands that life is more than surface-level appearances. This spiritual depth gives her peace, wisdom, and a calming presence that others feel instantly. People feel safe, understood, and uplifted around her. Her spirituality is not performative or loud. It is quiet, personal, and deeply rooted within her daily life. It shows in the way she thinks, the way she treats people, and the way she responds to challenges. She has spent time seeking meaning beyond material success and social approval. She has asked deeper questions about purpose, existence, suffering, and growth. Through this search, she has developed a relationship with something greater than herself, whether she calls it God, the universe, or inner consciousness. Because of this connection, she does not panic easily when life becomes uncertain. She trusts that everything happening has a lesson, a purpose, or a redirection hidden within it. This trust allows her to remain calm during storms that would overwhelm others. She does not crumble under pressure because she believes she is guided, protected, and supported by forces beyond what is visible. Her spiritual grounding also shapes her character. She is kind without being weak, compassionate without being naive, and patient without being passive. She forgives, not because others always deserve it, but because she understands the freedom that forgiveness brings to her own heart. She does not carry bitterness for long because she values her inner peace too much to let resentment live inside her. In conversations, her words often carry depth and insight because they come from a place of reflection. She does not speak just to fill silence. She speaks to add meaning. People often feel comforted around her because her presence feels steady, warm, and sincere. There is something about her energy that feels safe, as if she carries a quiet understanding of life that reassures others without her needing to say much. This spiritual awareness also keeps her humble. She knows she is constantly learning and growing. She does not claim to have all the answers, but she is open to discovering them. This openness makes her wise beyond her years and incredibly grounded in her perspective on life. She has transformed her pain into wisdom. Her past was not easy. She has experienced betrayal, heartbreak, rejection, and disappointment. But instead of becoming bitter, she became wiser. She learned lessons. She grew. This transformation makes her compassionate, strong, and incredibly insightful. There is beauty in a woman who has healed. She remembers the nights she cried in silence, the moments she felt misunderstood, and the times she questioned her worth. She remembers trusting the wrong people and feeling the sting of broken expectations. But instead of allowing these experiences to harden her heart, she allowed them to teach her. She reflected deeply on what each painful moment revealed about herself, about others, and about life. Through this process, she discovered her resilience. She realized that she could survive emotional storms and still come out with her spirit intact. This realization gave her a quiet strength that cannot be shaken easily. She no longer fears pain because she knows it does not have the power to destroy her. It only has the power to refine her. Her past wounds also made her more compassionate toward others. She understands what it feels like to struggle internally while appearing strong on the outside. Because of this, she treats people with gentleness and empathy. She does not judge quickly because she knows everyone is fighting battles that are not visible. This healing journey also sharpened her discernment. She learned to recognize patterns that once hurt her and to avoid repeating them. She understands the importance of self-respect, emotional responsibility, and choosing wisely who to trust. Her wisdom is not theoretical. It is earned through lived experience. There is a quiet beauty in her because she carries both softness and strength. She has been broken, but she rebuilt herself. She has been hurt, but she chose healing. And this journey leaves a visible mark in the way she carries herself, with grace, depth, and understanding. She does not chase. She attracts. A chosen woman never chases love, attention, or validation. She focuses on becoming the best version of herself, and as a result, everything she needs naturally comes to her. Her energy is magnetic because it is not needy. She attracts because she is complete within herself. She understands that chasing often comes from a place of lack, the belief that something outside of her is required to make her feel whole. But she has already done the inner work to feel complete on her own. Because of this, she moves through life with patience and confidence, knowing that what is meant for her will not pass her by. She invests her time in self-growth, learning, healing, and building a life she genuinely enjoys. She pours energy into her passions, her goals, and her well-being. This focus on herself creates a natural glow that others notice. She is not trying to impress anyone. She is simply living in alignment with herself. In relationships, she does not beg for attention or affection. She does not overextend herself to prove her worth. She allows people to show up for her willingly. If they do not, she calmly steps back without resentment. This detachment is powerful because it shows she values herself too much to force connections. Her presence feels light, calm, and inviting because there is no desperation attached to it. People are drawn to her because she radiates peace and confidence. They feel intrigued by her independence and inspired by her self-sufficiency. By not chasing, she creates space for genuine connections to form naturally. What comes into her life does so because it is aligned with her energy, not because she forced it. And this effortless attraction becomes one of her most captivating and admirable qualities. A chosen woman's attractiveness goes far beyond physical beauty. It is found in her mind, her spirit, her resilience, and her quiet power. She does not need to prove her worth because it radiates from within. This is the Woman of Light channel. If this message found you at the exact time you needed it, consider it a sign meant just for you. Subscribe for more insights like this, and if you have received this message as confirmation in your life, type 1111 in the comment section as a symbol of divine alignment and blessings. Thank you for watching.